I accidentally found a hack where you can build a topical map completely with about 3 minutes worth of work using your already ranking competitors' sitemaps. And it's completely free. Now, I done this video about 2 weeks ago now, and as of doing this video, I actually have found an even better way. It's a little bit more, it might take maybe 5 minutes worth of time, but you're actually going to build out a more full topical map. Also, if you haven't already, download mySEO.app. We actually do have Corey on the live stream tomorrow. So that should be a fun interview. It's completely free to use. It is, however, currently only available on iOS. It should be live on Android, I'm hoping by the end of the month. So for anyone that doesn't know, topical authority is important because it signals expertise to search engines users, which leads to higher search rankings and overall more organic traffic and increased trust. And I've said this before, but it's very hard for Google to understand how trustworthy you are or understand how much you know about a certain subject, whether it's plumbing, whether it's accounting, if you only have a few pages. You want to cover the topic in its entirety, both from a page level point of view and also from an article point of view as well. I'm sure most of you guys have probably seen screenshots like this. So if we wanted to rank higher for link building, we would obviously need an article to do with what does link building need. And we would want to also have articles talking about what is the best link building strategy. How do you create links in 2025? What are the benefits of link building? So you would want to have all of these covered within your website. And then off of those, you can also talk about what is black hat SEO, how do I get links to my website, etc., etc. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, having or implementing something like this to your website can be very difficult, especially if you're just starting out in SEO. Now, with my method, it's actually really easy. So basically what you would do is you would search your keywords, so accountants Newcastle, for example. You would find their robots.txt file, and you would grab their sitemap here. Now, basically what this tells us is this tells us exactly which pages and posts that our competitors are going for. So we actually technically don't need to do any keyword research because they've already done the hard part. They've already done the keyword research. They're already ranking #1, and you know exactly which pages you can and can't go for. What I'm also going to do as well is I'm going to go to the second and also third ranking websites here as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to use this prompt here. Here is my competitors' sitemaps. I want you to give me a hierarchy point of view of which pages I need. Remove duplicates, remove pages that don't apply to us, such as meet the team, offers, privacy, etc. And then give me it in a hierarchy format. It's easy to understand for non-SEO experts. This is basically the first website sitemap. We're going to do website 2 sitemap as well. So if we click onto this website, and if we go to the robots.txt again, and if we then go to the sitemap. Now, one thing to remember as well is some websites have a few sitemaps. So for example, this website has a post sitemap and also a page sitemap. What I would do in this case is just have a quick skim read of which type of URLs are in the pages. Now, in this case, we do have a lot of pages that are service-based pages, which is the ones that we care about the most. Whereas within their post, this is more like news stuff that they are talking about, like company updates, stuff like that. I don't really care about the company updates. So again, I'm just going to paste that into here. And then we're also going to go back and click onto result number 3. And again, do the same thing. So robots.txt, find their sitemap, which is this one here. And then take a look at their pages. So they don't actually have many pages. Take a look at their post sitemap. And as you can see, we've got a lot of posts in here as well. So again, I'm just going to copy this and then go back to Claude and then paste that in there. So this might take maybe a few minutes for it to actually process. The reason why we're using Claude is because when it comes to longer tasks like that, it does seem to hold up a lot better than tools like ChatGPT, for example. So this has been the actual output that it's come back with. So Obviously, we told it to remove certain pages as well. So if we take a look here, we've got our core tax services. So we've got business tax, personal tax, international tax, tax disputes and investigations, R&D. And then we've got other subtopics as well. So like accounting services, bookkeeping, etc. Then if we keep scrolling down, we'll also see pages removed. So some of the websites that we plugged in, they obviously had privacy pages, terms and cookie policy, contact pages, team offer pages, client login portals. Now, I'm not saying that these pages aren't important, that we don't need them. However, we don't want to just blindly copy somebody else's contact page or somebody else's offer pages. They also, some of them had like COVID pages as well. So again, these are like a little bit out of date, so we don't want those pages. The next prompt that we actually said is, can you give me the full topical map that I need? And then boom, this is basically what it's come back with. So we've got our core accounting services. So we've got accounting services, then we've got management accounting, financial reporting, bookkeeping services, year-end accounts, company secretarial, cloud accounting. We then have audit and assurance, so we've got statutory audit, internal audit, financial review, audit exemption, charities. We then have business tax, and the list just goes on and on. If we actually scroll all the way down to the bottom, we actually have got 40 main hub pages, we've got 140 sub-service pages, and we've got a total of 180 to 200 pages. Now, before some of you guys completely freak out, it also has come back with like a month-by-month breakdown of what we should do in like months 1 to 3, because in some cases 200 pages for some people might be unachievable, or it might be extremely too much. But you obviously want to break it down into phases as well. So you don't want to just go and plaster 200 articles on your website. You would much rather a gradual approach. We can also even use a prompt like, can you give me the topical map and a HTML design template? Easy to see which pages are which. And as you can see here, we have got all of our pages here. So we've got our accounting and bookkeeping page, we've got our audit and assurance page, and we've got all of the sub pages in here. And not only that as well, is it's also broke things down into like phases. So like phase 1, these would be like months 1 to 3. Phase 2 would be months 4 to 6. Phase 3 would be, where is phase 3? So this is it here. Phase 3 would be months 7 to 9. So it's actually planned out like in maybe like a 12-month strategy. Now, would I blindly just upload these articles? I would probably look to see if there are any other missing articles that we can actually have. In a lot of cases, if you're using 3 of your competitors' sitemaps, you're probably going to cover the topics in its entirety, and you're also going to be better than your competitors as well, because you've combined 3 different competitors' websites into basically what would be your website. One thing as well is with the phases, you can obviously take this with a pinch of salt, because you can upload pages a lot faster. Like some people might decide to do this all in maybe 4 or 5 months, as opposed to doing it across 12 months as well. One thing that I would say is the quicker that you can obviously get these pages live on your website, the quicker that you're also going to rank as well. A few other ways that you can also find sitemaps as well is you can also do like plumber in brackets sitemap and then the URL set and then file type XML. So this basically comes back with all of the plumber websites that have sitemaps as well. My best bet is obviously searching for plumbers in Manchester, for example, or just searching for the keyword that you're trying to rank higher for, and then grabbing all of your competitors' sitemaps that way. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like. Also remember to download mySEO.app. And if you want to work with me, head over to kasra-.com. The link will be in the description. Fill in the contact form and I will be in touch. Thanks for watching.